tastes like good pussy. You want to know why? Because it's pineapple juice. You get it? Ah, welcome back to Talking About the Taboo. With Natalie Malloy. Happy fucking Valentine's A. You know what that means? For those of you not getting the V or the D, it's Valentine's A. You get it? I'm taking these glasses off.
You're not wrong.
I'm getting both.
Oh. You better than me, sweetheart. You better than me.
Obviously, this gentleman who is speaking is going to be on the show. Obviously, we have great humor. This is Marcus, Indiana Jones. We're diving into the bushes with him today.
Oh, yeah, it's the black Indiana Jones. I'm searching for the crystal gold, baby. Let's go.
He is also a member of the service, so please thank him for that. He is residing not around here, so he is with the sunny weather. Lucky. Today's episode is super exciting. Before we get into the nitty gritty, literally, obviously I have the sex toy of the week. Super exciting. The first sex toy is going to be this lovely heart whip. I thought it was fitting for today. Yeah, Marcus, you like it?
All right. Tell me more. Hey.
So this, my review on this, it's nice. I thought it would leave a more heart-shaped mark. It doesn't. It really just leaves a blob. I feel as if maybe if you like hold it here and do it, but this, it just like it'll leave like a blob from the point. You really just gotta like yes, it just doesn't do the justice it needs to do.
Yeah.
The other thing that's iffy about it is the grip. So if you're using a lot of lube,
it's gonna
as I do, it just slips and it's just he ends up throwing it at you. You know, that's why there was a wristband.
They were smart.
Like the Wii remote controllers.
Just
what if it's a game?
Oh my
really helps. Oh, really helps you work. Don't worry, I washed this.
You know what? I'm gonna be drinking from the bottle tonight. This gonna be a show.
Why is this so funny?
you tasting pussy. I'm tasting demons tonight with this. In case y'all want to know what I'm sipping on right now, we got a little.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, okay. What the hell is this? Barefoot Pink Moscato. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not much of a wine person per se, but if I had to say, I'm a sweet wine person. I ain't gonna hold y'all.
I'm like red wine. I like white wine or like rosé, like you're drinking. Same. Mm-hmm. Barefoot's good, or the actual brand called Rose, not rosé, is delicious. Prosecco. Prosecco makes me want to fuck.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, trust me, that's me on Hennessy, baby. Hennessy, Remy, and tequila. Trust me.
I had a teacher in high school named Dr. Hennessy.
Oh.
Or in college.
Dr. Hennessy. That's quite the name, boy.
Also, with today being Valentine's Day, there's more sex toys today, but it's not a toy, it's actually lubricant. So currently in my sex life, I'm having trouble like with my pH balance, and certain lubricants are actually making me burn and giving me like, I'm getting UTIs, I'm getting yeast infections, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like, that's super weird. And some of it's to do with obviously the male's diet. I don't know if you knew that, Marcus, but your cum can actually be toxic to, and pre-cum, that's why I mentioned if you're having like without a condom, can actually be toxic to the female's vaginal flora. And in regards to that, I had went to the store today called Pandora's Box. Have you ever heard of that?
It sounds familiar. I feel like you've mentioned it before in one of your shows, but it does sound familiar. Yes.
It is a sex shop from around here. And a recent friend of mine, her name is, I don't know if she wants me to share her name, but I met a friend who used to work there, and she offered me to go there and check out these pH balanced lubricants. So I walk in there and I'm like, I see the brand Wicked, and that's the one she recommended me to. And I tasted the tasted one. I'm like, it was like salted caramel. I didn't really like it because I do like caramel, but it's not my fave. So she ended up actually showing me the brand called Intimate Earth. This is all natural. It's organic, and
Okay.
there's like 3 ingredients in it. That's it.
Okay.
That makes me really comfortable. So I ended up getting the natural glide. So you can't really, because I have a horrible camera, but we'll fix that later.
You're still gorgeous though, baby. It's fine.
Thank you. This is called Hydra. This is in a small bottle. They didn't have the big bottle, but it's better that way. Anyway, size doesn't matter.
Actually, I learned that the hard way. We go talk about that later. I learned that the hard way.
Oh my god, I love this. So I'm really excited to use this tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got salted caramel, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
In this brand because she put it on a little popsicle stick and had me try it, and it was super light. It didn't give me a tummy ache. It didn't make me nauseous. It wasn't too powerful of a like taste, because sometimes it could be a lot. It could be a lot. So those are my sex toys of the week. I will put in sex toys and sex lubricants, whatever, links for everything in the description. This, I don't know if I have a link for it. I'm pretty sure I got this at Spencer's, but I'll find the link for it if you're interested in getting it. There's probably stuff that's better than this, but we'll get to that.
That's probably for people who's like it's easy for them to get like bruises and stuff like that. So that heart might be perfect for them. But for my dark skinned black ass, that shit won't show like a heart at all. That probably might just camouflage right here. But anyways, we ain't gonna talk about it.
You said camouflage. Okay. You got okay. I cannot. You're fucking funny.
My god.
Anyways,
go
ahead. Just for y'all, like, guys' information, this is the first time that him and I are talking like live, I guess you could say,
face to face.
Like, we've just been sending each other voice memos and videos and texts for a couple weeks now. I met him on TikTok. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Yeah, just the internet in these days. Listen, okay. First of all, let me give y'all some scope real quick. I'm 29, right? So I grew up on dial-up. It's amazing how seeing stuff from dial-up days to now, technology is an amazing but scary thing these days.
Yeah, but I love how it's bringing everyone together, and I'm so happy that I had met you. He is very open about sex, just talking about it, and he has had, to my knowledge, a lot of experience in that, a lot more experience than me. I'm only 23. I thought I had a lot of experience. This man, he has experience. I think the one thing that made me interested in him was when he was talking about diving into the pussy, being a black Indiana Jones. It was really funny. That voice memo really had me fucking cracking the fuck up, because I was just like, yo, what the fuck? So like, let's get into that. So people, a lot of the times, there's an episode where I have it like the hair doesn't matter. So how do you feel about like hair?
Okay, so this is how I feel about hair. And give me 1 second. I'm so sorry.
You're okay. You're fine. Okay, sorry, that was a little bit of a break because fucking him. Anyways, okay.
Yes, I'm a little bit of a diva.
Yeah, to drink a massive fucking shit, guys. I could smell it through the camera.
Listen, it was World War III in that toilet, baby.
You know, I just cleaned my fucking bathroom yesterday. It was World War III. I thought I was gonna fucking puke. But there was shit dripping down the front of the fucking toilet.
Goddamn. Trust me, I know how that feels. Trust trying to clean. But to answer your question, so me personally, right?
Yeah.
I can't speak for all fellas. I can speak for me. I don't give a fuck. All right, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm someone that likes a little mystery, if that makes sense. So it's one of those things where, because here's the thing, and this isn't knocking to the girls who do shave, like, you know, I like it bald too, don't get me wrong, but it's just something about when it's just hairy. And like I said, in my head, it's like I'm literally, depending on how hairy it is, I'm in a forest. Like, I'm just, you know, especially, you know, if I'm kissing your thighs and whatnot, and I feel it brush, like, that is not going to bother me. If anything, it's going to turn me on even more. Because here's the thing. When I go down and I'll be in my sensual mood, my eyes are closed. I am in the zone of here. I am envisioning. My ears are open because I need to hear you see in case you give me a command and whatnot. But baby, when I see that hair, I said, yes, ma'am. Like I'm gonna go searching. I'm gonna go find what I need to find, and I'm gonna find it. And I am very determined to find. I'm a Taurus, so I'm stubborn as fuck. I will find what
Oh
I need to
shit!
find.
I'm a Capricorn. I've been bumping into Tauruses a lot more lately and building a really great just vibe with them, and I don't
Right.
know what it is.
And another thing too, when it comes to hair, is I know for either some or most females, like sometimes they don't have the luxury to go get waxes and stuff like that, so they have to shave. And I'm someone who shaves down there from time to time too. Them razor bumps, they ain't no joke. They ain't no joke. And you have some females who are very self-conscious of those razor bumps. So I was be like, hey, baby, no, 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 no. You don't have to shave. You don't gotta do no quick shave, nothing like that. I don't want you to suffer or anything like that. Just come here. Come to the safe space. You're all right.
You know, wax bumps are a thing. Guess what fucking happened to me? I'm actually going to the gyno for this general issue.
Mm-hmm.
The current wax lady that I have, I'm not going to rap on her name, but my mom goes to the same lady, and she's
Mm-hmm.
used sugar wax with me instead of regular wax, but she goes too far into my fucking pussy lips, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That little, so there's a labia majora, which is the bigger, thicker, juicier, okay? Not
Yeah.
juicier, thicker part, and labia minora, which is the opening into the vaginal canal. There's some skin in between the labia majora and the labia minora that like
Okay.
like usually where like yeast lays and stuff like that.
Right.
She fucking ripped that shit. There's
Ow.
no hair there.
Ow.
So I, on one side of my vag,
Mm-hmm.
I had my fucking friend stare at my fucking vagina. I don't care. If you're not close with your friends like that, I don't know what your problem
You're
is.
not wrong. Me and my best friend, we be going to the nude beach. If you're not close with your friends
Oh
like
my
that, I don't
god.
understand.
A dream. We'll get to that. Hold
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But she waxed so fucking far into my vag and to my mother's, where my mother hasn't had any issues because she didn't use sugar wax. But with me, she used sugar wax, was more rougher. I
Right.
have these. I thought I had fucking herpes. I don't have fucking herpes. I just got texted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I thought it was that, but it wasn't. I believe it is irritation from wax. So the wax isn't much better than shaving, but when you shave, you're not fucking shaving inside your labia, between your labia minora and labia majora, like that.
Yeah, that is true. I remember one time where I was meeting with this chick, and me and her we was talking and whatnot, and I asked her the question. I was like, "Do you shave down there?" And she goes, "Yeah." She was basically saying like she does, but there's a certain area where she's self conscious about because at the time I told her like, "Hey, you don't have to shave when it comes to me and whatnot." And what I like to tell my other female partners too is like, yes, I do like it hairy, but if there, because if you want to shave because you want to feel comfortable because you're self-conscious, listen, I don't control your body, your choice 100%. But I can also compromise as well. So if you want to trim and whatnot, well, this certain individual, she is not self-conscious, but like, so she grows the hair down there, and then right like in like where the lips are and whatnot, she also grows hair too. So she's more like when it comes to the lips, she just feels uncomfortable. So I told her, like, hey, if you need to do that part, go ahead. Everything else though, you can just leave right there for me. And that is that. So I'm somebody who I want to make it easier on the people that I'm gonna hook up with pretty much. I like to make it easier on them and whatnot. Like I like to be like, you can come to my place. If you need to use my shower, you can use my shower afterwards. Like I just want to be convenient as possible because at the end of the day, I get it. Life is lifing out here.
Literally.
Life is tough out here. So if I can make it convenient, that's fine. And like how we said, technology. So it's one of those things. Just like, listen, I'd be like, listen, all you gotta do is just come over. You can use my shower if you want. You can lay in my room. We can listen to music, watch a movie, something. We can order Uber Eats and blase, call it a day. And I'm going to go on and say this. People, if you don't have a sex drawer, I'm going to need you to do that, especially if you're hooking up a lot. My sex drawer is full of lube and condoms because I am prepared. So please always be prepared because it's going to be a bitch if you got to drive to the gas station and it's not a walking distance.
What
If the
kind of
gas
condoms?
So I use skin condoms. It's the non-latex ones, and the reason why I have is because when I was using Trojan Magnums, like I did bump into girls who was allergic to latex. So
Yep.
rather than them being allergic to latex, I always just been using skin condoms.
Mhm.
And on top of that too, like it does feel as if you are going raw. So
I
yeah.
love skin. The only issue that I'd feel as if people with using skin condoms is it's a little bit too tight around the end of the condom. I
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah, so where
Mhm.
like he feels it, but he's
Mhm.
too focused around that ring where like he's like not feeling it.
Right. No, I
Um,
it happens. It like it depends because like how we say size don't matter, but it depends on buddy size because you have you have the you have dudes who are like they long and they thick, but sometimes like that ring kind of like suffocates it right there,
yeah,
especially if it's like a veiny type of dick. It gonna and it presses on that vein, it's gonna feel some type of irritated because the blood flow is not like it's kind of being like interrupted. Granted, there's a lot of veins that's around, but like sometimes you don't want that. Like you don't want the motion to stop. There it is. You don't want the motion to stop. That's all it is. You don't want the motion to
right. It
stop.
kind of it's a distractant. So I think the more lube, the better, and I'm going to experiment with that tomorrow.
Oh,
Um,
let me know how that
speaking
works out.
speaking of you talking to girls and just being open with your sex life with them, I feel like it's really important. Like we're breaking those taboos, right?
Oh, 100%.
We are opening the communication to what?
Communicate.
That's right. That's right. That's what I always say though. And that doesn't just mean like with vaginal. That means penis owners too,
Yeah,
vulva owners
exactly.
as well. Just be open with what you want. And something about like you said, you close your eyes when you're eating her out. That's fucking awesome because you're
Hmm.
really supposed to be like literally diving into it and
Hmm.
literally exploring her, but
Hmm.
you're listening to her what she wants, and
Yeah.
if you're a quick learner, she'll like you even more.
Of course. And it's like I tell my some of my guy friends, and also some of my female friends would agree too. It's one of those things where it's just like even when you're going down on a girl, when you're going down, it's very important to listen because it's just like, yeah, like don't get me wrong, like I'm eating for my pleasure, but at the same time, it's her body, it's her pleasure. She come over here to give me her time when she could have just done it at home. You feel me? So I'm gonna listen. If she tells me like, hey, less pressure, more pressure, fingers, do it in the motion, blase blase, all that stuff. I'm gonna do it because at the end of the day, I'm here to please you. And if you taste really good, like that pineapple juice you sipping on, oh yeah, baby, we going for rounds, baby. We going for
Yeah,
rounds.
my man thanks me every day. Cranberry juice. I also take probiotics. Guys, anyone who's listening, whether you're a female or male, whatever you decide to identify yourself as, this works for both. Pineapple juice will make your cum taste better, your pussy taste better. Take probiotics. There is female and male probiotics that will
Yes.
help with your pH balance. You guys too, men too, also have pH balances. Your cum, okay, has a pH balance and most of the time fucks with our pH balance because your cum has a lot of bacteria based on what you eat. So take
Mhm.
a fucking probiotic, take your fucking vitamins, and help us out. We're not the only ones that need to be sitting here fucking.
And
Yeah,
drink
drink
water.
your fucking
Please
water.
drink
Drink
water.
water. Oh my god.
Hydrate, please.
Like electrolytes are great, water is great. Your
Mhm.
semen will irritate the other person's vagina if you're eating too many fried foods, if you're not, hydrating correctly, if you're not taking your vitamins, you will
Mhm.
see probably issues. And I'm not trying to blame the guy at all. Also
Mhm.
like if you have facial hair, wash that shit. I'm getting off topic here.
No,
But
no,
like
go ahead, go ahead.
wash
It's your
that
show, baby.
shit. If you're in like your face is in their vag and you just ate and you didn't wash your fucking face and it has so much bacteria in it.
Yeah.
For me, I get cold sores, okay? So if you're
Mhm.
kissing me and you poke me, I'm immediately getting a cold sore because it
Mhm.
had irritation and bacteria in it. So clean your
Mhm.
fucking face.
And fellas, listen to me very good. If you're someone like me, I like chicken wings. All right. If you're if you're someone who likes seasoning, or you're someone who likes buffalo wings and whatnot,
You
listen,
ain't have
it's
any fun.
very important. Wash your hands. Don't do the quick 5 seconds. Sing the happy birthday song and go through it over and over again. And then wash your mouth. So Listerine, mouthwash, perfect. Gurgle, gurgle, whatever. When it comes to your face, use like soaps that's not going to irritate it down there. As she said, wash your face too. Trust me, a simple 10 to 15-minute routine will probably be a best blessing for you and for her.
Yes. Like Like, for example, like, my man's is, like, breaking out with acne right now, probably
Mm,
because I feel as if he doesn't wash his face the proper way, I'm gonna talk to him about it
yeah.
after he eats me out. I also have bacteria, good and bad, down there. Wash your
Mhm.
fucking face after you are done, you know, I like
Right.
that you wanna keep the smell and the taste up on your face,
Just
okay?
rub it all over.
Yeah, that natural moisturizer, it's kinda like a mask, you're supposed to wash it off.
Mhm,
Like, so that's the only thing, like, make sure you are washing
mhm.
and that's a little bit of a boundary that like I'm setting. Like that's another thing we could talk about is like how we can like set boundaries with people. Like
Bound- Yeah, and I want to talk to my females. All right, just because a man does not want to have sex with you does not mean he's gay or something's wrong with him or something like that. There are men out here that doesn't believe in about having sex on the first date. There are men out here who wants to, actually be a gentleman like their mama and or daddy raised them to be and whatnot. It's not them being sassy. There's nothing wrong with them or whatever. They have standards and boundaries, and it is okay for them to have standards and boundaries. All right. I remember funny enough, I remember I was watching a video on YouTube. It was this person posting another comedian. Don't know who the comedian is. I don't know if he's a famous comedian or starting out. But basically, he was saying how he was with this chick at either her house or his house, and the girl was just like, I don't feel like having sex today. I don't feel like having sex today, or something along those lines. And he goes, okay, that's fine with me. And apparently the girl goes, oh, wow, you're such a great guy. And he goes, damn, that's all that it takes? Because I'm pretty sure the other one is a felony. And I was just like, hey, yo, that's true. But here's the thing. There are men that will sit there and just be patient. There are men who literally just want you to come over and just like vibe with them. And it's either they're playing video games and they just want someone that they like in their space, or sometimes they just want some company and they don't want to be around their male friends and whatnot. You feel me? Every Ben, every guy is definitely different 100%.
the only issue, first of all, I know that you have some stories to tell too in regards to setting boundaries, but
Mhm.
hold on. When it comes to the male not wanting to like have sex with you, that doesn't mean that he doesn't start touching you. I had a circumstance that I was talking to
Mhm.
some guy and I felt like he didn't like me based off of the fact that when we would like sleep in my bed, like he'd literally curl up in a ball and roll up to the other side. He didn't want to cuddle me. He didn't like
Mm.
kiss on me. Being the fact that he was still living with his ex-girlfriend, I come to find out and stuff like that.
Mm. Yeah, I gotta drink out the
So
bottle for that.
yo, um,
You lucky this ain't
so
Hennessy, baby. We would have been here all
I
night.
know, I know. And I just felt like he didn't feel me, and so I kept telling him like for me, I need to make sure like you need to hug me, kiss me, feel up on me, and do whatever you got
Yeah.
to do to make me feel good. And he did it for like 2 seconds and then never did it again. So how do you feel about that? Like, how do you like?
Okay, so it all depends in certain situations. So some men, believe it or not, they act on emotions. So how you said like, he had an ex-girlfriend, and how you said ex-girlfriend, right? So it may be one of those things where he was probably still feeling his ex-girlfriend, so he probably feels guilty of
Yeah,
even just being there and whatnot. Sorry, the sun's about to set. So he probably feels guilty about just being in that same bed with you and whatnot. However, there are some men where, because when it comes to some women, they automatically have in their mind, oh, all men want is to have sex. And I'm just like, that's only maybe like 60.3% true.
60.
But but it's one of those things where, if we say like, oh, like, we don't have to have sex or whatever, there are some men that wants to prove it. So they'll be in like a ball, whatever, not touching you, because to them, even though they want to innocently touch you, like maybe like on the shoulder or hold you or something like that, to a woman, especially if there's a woman who actually who has traumas through different situations and whatnot with men, they don't want to, basically they don't want to make the female feel uncomfortable, especially if they say like, oh, we don't have to have sex, because some people align touching leading to sex, and that's not necessarily the case. Like for me, for example, I ain't gonna hold you, like there'd be times where I would have female partners and we don't even have sex, like I don't even eat them out. Like they literally just come over, we just cuddle, we talk, shoot the shit, whatever, and we could just cuddle, whatnot. The only thing I would say, and it took me a while to get adjusted to this, is when I'm spooning, right? I ain't gonna hold you. That part. But I ain't gonna hold you like I'm a booty man. Let's start with that. I'm a booty man. I love to rub on booty. I like to see booty. Like, especially, I don't care. I don't care if it's an extended
Big booty, Judy.
right. I don't care if it's an extended wall or if I can put like my groceries on top of it. I'm gonna love the booty either way. So when I'm spooning, right, I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna do a little booty rub, but I'm gonna reassure you, like, hey, we ain't gotta do nothing. But I may even ask to be like, hey, it's okay if I rub your booty, whatnot, you know.
Yeah, you're just worshiping it.
Yeah, get that permission, whatnot. But now going back to what you said, yeah. So it took me a while to realize that I have a biological function that sometimes I cannot help, especially if the vibe is good. So sometimes, yeah, my little Peter Pecker turns into a solid hard wood. To quote a famous YouTuber, and I can't remember his name, but he was telling a story how, his name was Kane, and basically one of his lines that's my favorite. He was just like, "My dick was so hard I can chop cocaine with this motherfucker." I was just like, "Hey, yo,
next time my nipples are so fucking hard, I'm gonna say my fucking nipples are so hard I could chop cocaine with these motherfuckers,
or scratch diamonds."
Oh, I am the diamond.
Ooh.
I got installed cutters on me.
Oh, them shit, they're always hard. I'll be literally wearing a padded bra, and you could see it goes through the padded bra.
Yo, I'll never forget when I lived in Wisconsin, and it was my first time experiencing like a actual winter. I promise you, these right here were so hard and so sensitive. I could just brush it like this, and I promise you, it felt like I cut myself. I was just like, "Hey, yo!" I was like,
be
"Yo,
so sensitive to the cold." Maybe it's literally because when I was in Florida just recently, and I was so close to you. When I was in Florida, I literally had hard nipples too, but here it's just like so fucking frigid. And you were telling me you have buffalo wings. You didn't have buffalo wings. You don't even know anything about buffalo wings.
Okay, well, you teach me about buffalo wings, and you let me know what's up, and I'll let you go about that. But I will say,
do you know what Duff's is?
Huh?
Do you know what Duff's is?
No.
Do you know what Anchor Bar is?
No.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Anyways, I had some friends of mine because I also do Uber on the side. So I had some friends of mine, and they were just like, "Yeah, whenever you come to New York, we got to show you around." And I was just like, "Listen, every time I hear about New York, one of the things I hear about are bodegas, and apparently they have this thing called bagel, egg, and cheese, and apparently it's snacks.
Yeah, bacon, egg, and cheese. Yes,
bacon, egg, and cheese." I was just like, "Hey, yo, I want to try." I'm not a breakfast person per se, but the way New Yorkers have been hyping that up, I'm just like, you know what? Don't knock it till you try it.
So for me, I'm in Buffalo, New York, which is about 6 hours away from New York City, which is where you're talking about. So Yonkers.
Okay.
They call them Yankees, but at least I call them Yankees. They're so funny. But bacon, egg, and cheese. Any type of like, there's like corner stores that have places where you can get them done. They are fucking to die for. They put ketchup, hot sauce, salt, and pepper on them sometimes. They are just so good, and they'll fill you up for like 2 meals. Like, it is delicious. So if you do come this way, definitely go to New York City as well. Very much well worth it. Down here is where we're talking Buffalo Bills. We're talking buffalo wings. We're talking cup and char pepperoni, wing dip, which I was just eating.
Okay.
That's our shit.
Hey, listen, I'm not saying this is my travel year, but because I'm moving to Michigan in the summer. So once I move there, get settled, get my money up a little bit more and whatnot. Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna be taking these road trips to wherever. Like, I mean, I looked where I was. I said, you know what? I'm not that far from some people. I'm just like, okay, we go explore.
Hell yeah. Anyways. By the way, wash your face after you eat chicken wings. I meant to reiterate that. Thank you.
Wash your hands if you're eating something that has seasoning or sauces.
Ew, under the nails and it burning. Like,
yeah. Oh yeah, I learned that the hard way.
Maybe I need to get him like some like nail brushes, like some like, you know, those like.
Yeah, I think they have scrub, like how you say, like I think they have like scrubbers just for like, you know, if you're washing your hands and whatnot. They listen, TikTok shop, Amazon, they got everything. But anyways, listen.
I have one. Anyways, where were we? We were talking about boundaries. So do you have a specific story recently that you've had to set boundaries with somebody?
So I want to say, so I was with this person, and they basically, like, we were talking and we were setting the scenario, like, how I'm gonna go in the house and I'm gonna do this and that and whatnot, because they had a certain fantasy pretty much, right? So I came to the place and I performed, but after like 5 minutes, the person was just like, oh, I can't do this and blase, all that stuff. So I was talking with them and I was just like, hey, let's talk, let's communicate. Because mind you, a little backstory, like we were talking on like a dating app pretty much. So it was like kind of like a first day, first meet, everything type of things. But it was just like, I talked to them and I was just like, hey, what are your boundaries? Like, I get it. Like your fantasies and what expectations are up here, but the way the mind works, your performance is like down here and whatnot. And it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like we talk about how, pornography, tend, or rated R movies and whatnot, they tend to put these like images in our head and whatnot. And we think like, oh shit, that's how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to do and whatnot.
None of it works that way. Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. So you have to talk it out and, you have to talk it out and set those boundaries right there and whatnot. Like one thing for me, I always tell my partners, I always say like, hey, like, if you want me to like give pain, you want me to smack you want me to choke you, whatever, I'm down to do that. However, my boundary is I'm not a receiver of that, like at all. Like the most I'll let you probably do is choke me, because I do like to be choked. I ain't gonna lie, I like to be choked. I like to share that power with my partners, like especially if they're more submissive than dominant. I'm just like, nah, you got some dom energy in you. Let me flip the script on you real quick. So I turn into a switch. I let them choke me, and they love it. They say, "Oh my god, like this is what I've been missing." Oh, that's spit. This is what I've been missing. Like I was like, yeah, like
you're salivating just thinking about dominance.
Hell yes. But yeah, so it's important for people to communicate how, like, what your expectations are, what are your no's, what are your boundaries, what are your safe words and whatnot. What are some even go beyond and ask like, hey, I know we've been talking and you told me, you've been traumatized by X, Y, and Z. So what are some things that you don't want me to do to make you be triggered? Because that's the thing. When people have sex, in the moment they enjoying it, but out of some random area and whatnot, they remember something that traumatized them and they just I shouldn't say freeze up, but like they just like lose that concentration exactly and whatnot. And let me tell y'all something. It is okay to take a break during sex.
Absolutely. Oh my God.
Okay. Listen, all right. When I was Natalie's age, oh God, my knees got
I have horrible knees. I got knee surgery. So
Wow, I can't believe I said that. But yeah, when I was your age, pretty much like in my younger 20s, I used to think like, okay, I gotta be this stallion. I gotta keep on going. Ain't no breaks or whatever like that. Let me show y'all something. Y'all see this dad bod right here? All right. Granted, I know I'm in the
y'all like the silk shirt. It's so cool. Look at it.
You.
Look at his fit. Look at his fit. Look at it. Look at it. Hey.
But yeah, so listen, I know that I can run a mile and a half in under 12 minutes and 50 seconds. I know I can do 29 push-ups in a minute. I know I can do 38 sit-ups in a minute. But baby, let me tell you something. It's some hard work. So let me tell y'all, it is okay to take a break during sex. All right, for my females and my males, it is okay. Because you know why? You know why it's important? First of all, you ever catch a cramp during sex? You ever catch a cramp? Feel worse than a Charlie horse.
Yes,
it does. Worse than a Charlie horse. So when that happens, take a break and drink your goddamn water.
That's what I'm saying. Like, honestly, honestly, breaks are like aftercare for me.
Right.
Breaks are like an intermission where we kind of cover like, are we good? Do we want to go longer? Are you gonna come soon? Like, are we gonna like this is another communicate ordeal where sometimes I literally do feel it cramping in my fucking leg and I just want to lay there. There's been times where like we've been fucking and I'm just like a little bit like tired. So like we'll literally cuddle and take like a 15-minute nap and wake up, we're naked, fuck again. Right. You know what I mean? So breaks don't have a time stamp on them.
Right. No, I actually been in a situation where I had sex with someone. She came a bunch of times. I didn't come yet, but we said, let's just take a break. Now, we took a break. We took an hour and some change nap. I'm talking like the sun was up, and by the time we wake up, the sun was down. And then we went right back to it. Like, it is okay.
Exactly.
It is okay. And one thing I want to emphasize for sure, everybody, this is for everybody, Sex is a marathon, not a race. You do not have to rush to make the other person orgasm. All right. Sex is supposed to be fun, it's supposed to be artsy and artistic, and it's supposed to be a time of exploration. Yeah. You don't have to worry about reaching the finish line so quick. I mean, unless you want to do a quickie because you're feeling risque like that and whatnot. Okay, that's fine. That's 100% cool. But if you have a lot of time, and I mean a lot, like I ain't gonna hold you. This is me personally. If y'all want to disagree with me in the comments, y'all fine. But for me, it's just like as long when we have sex, and I'm talking like foreplay, penetration, oral, and all that stuff. If we do all that in 30 minutes and we still feel pleasure, that's good enough for me. People be like, "Oh, I need to have sex for 4 hours." Why? Why? There are 24 hours.
I've done that.
Yeah, I know, and that's fine. I'm not dissing them, but I'm just like, there are.
I was drunk.
Hey, listen.
Drunk sex. What's the craziest thing you fucking done drunk? Switching scenarios here.
Oh wow. Okay. Wow. That's
recently.
Okay. It hasn't been recently. I've been trying to calm down over the past years, but something crazy. Honestly, as cliche as it is, like there have been times where I got so drunk with my partner, we had minor. I ate them out in an alleyway. We go with that. And it was a crowded downtown, so I ate them in an alleyway. I ate them out in the alleyway, and then we went to my car. We fucked in my car for a little bit, and then we made it.
Wait.
Well, hold on. We fucked in my car for a little bit, but then we both realized, like, oh shit, we shouldn't be driving. So I spent that little bread. I got a little Uber, and we went back to my crib, and we fucked right there. Granted, she was feeling me in the Uber. I was just like, hey, yo, this Uber driver about to get a show right now. You better stop it. You better stop it.
I've had someone try to stick, like, we were all in, like, the car, and someone was driving, and he literally was trying to finger me in the fucking car. I'm like, bro, get your hand. I'm on your lap, and there's people next to me. Granted, they were making out. But I was like, I'm trying to get home first, please. I was so drunk. I don't know how I stopped him from doing that, but I did.
Listen, there are some people like me, like sometimes we just, like, after the alcohol reaches a certain level, we just don't be giving, Hennessy. We just don't be giving a fuck. We could be we could be at a karaoke bar in the booth. Someone is singing or whatever. If my hand is touching your lap, oh yeah, I'm gonna extend my fingers all the way possible down there to your cookie jar. All right, like we gonna make.
This is what I'm curious about.
What's up?
Speaking of cookie jars, okay, you were eating her out in the alley, her cookie. Okay, how the fuck? What is she on the ground? Is she standing up? Are you kneeling?
I'm kneeling. I'm on my knees. I am kneeling. She puts her leg on my shoulder. She's wearing a dress, and we just go at it. It's harder in jeans, obviously, but that's why I like skirts and dresses, baby. Easy access.
Easy access. That cookie jar doesn't have a lid no more, baby. Jesus, that's hot. I gotta do that.
I can be very spontaneous once I know my surroundings. That's just it. Like all I need, and the thing is just like all I need is a few seconds, really. Like my spontaneous side is it only just needs like a few seconds. That's about it. Other than that, hey, yo, once we in the bed, we good to go. I remember, I think one of my most favorite places of ever having sex is definitely the beach. I ain't gonna hold you. I'm no wait.
Okay.
So set background. I'm Caribbean, and also I'm from Florida. So I love the waves, I love the beaches and whatnot. I'm not having sex. I mean, I've had sex in the water. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, it's a little iffy on that with all that salt and whatnot. I ain't trying to mess up the movie.
Yeah, it'll fuck her up.
So it was one time where I'm pretty sure I had a comfort. I don't use towels. I bring a whole comforter, baby. We gonna stretch this out.
Love comforters at the beach.
Queen size.
Like an old comforter, yeah.
Exactly. And so we went. It was at night. We was at the beach. We had tequila. We had some other stuff I ain't gonna say, but we had some other stuff, and then we were just going at it, and it was a great and wonderful time, and I enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. So that's at least one of my like kind of favorite places to one beach. Of my favorite. The beach.
What's the craziest place you've had sex then?
The place where I lost my virginity, and that would be under the stairwell next to a church.
You are going to hell.
Oh, baby, I'm the pilot. I'm the pilot. I'm the one that's like, welcome to flight 666.
Welcome aboard where we open cookie jars.
Oh, God. Listen, I just want to make note right now. We started this recording like 40 minutes ago. We already here on the wine bottle, y'all. So it's a fun night tonight. But yeah, honestly, every time when someone asks me that, what's the craziest place? I feel like actually there are some people who I know that actually done worse than me, but I feel like mine is definitely in the top contender. Mine? What's up? What's up?
So I have two.
Okay.
The first this happened first was a windmill.
Ooh, okay, a windmill. Ooh,
inside that stairwell in the windmill.
Yeah,
we were four-wheeling. And we were younger. I was super young, and we just wanted to fuck. So we pulled over in the middle of the forest, and there was a windmill in this huge open field, and we fucked there.
Okay.
Second is the gorilla exhibit in a zoo.
Ma'am, you mean to tell me where the children were? The children. Did you say wait? Let me see if you was young. You remember Harambe? Okay, all right. So you was in Harambe's. You was in Harambe's home, basically fucking. Ain't that some shit? Rest in peace, Harambe. Though.
And I was in a wheelchair at the time.
She said, "I'm a get this nigga real good." Hey yo! Oh God! Woo.
The motion that you just did.
But yeah, no. So obviously, viewers, if you're gonna have, I don't even know how to make this like safe, because some would be like, how are you gonna have sex in public and not get caught? Baby, you just gotta know your surroundings. That's just it. Sometimes it's spontaneous. Listen, I live in Key West. All right. I remember this one time I was dropping my friend home. There was a car in front of me. It was like a Jeep or something. Homegirl is in the passenger seat in the other car. She leans over, and you can tell, like, me and my other friend was looking. I was like, was she giving him a hand job while he was driving? Yeah, it's wild out here. All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I'd be doing that.
Exactly. So listen.
Yeah, roadhead. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh boy. Listen, there's nothing wrong with having sex in public places. Just be mindful of where you're at. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I got caught once. So.
Yeah, because let me tell you something. It's fun and all, but baby, when you get that, when they hit you with that registered sex offender, that's not fun. I'm sorry, I don't have it. Don't get me wrong, I don't have it. But
no, it ruin your whole fucking life.
It does. It does. So that's why you gotta be careful. So
Bitch, let me tell you this, okay? I was fucking. This is my ex-boyfriend. We're fucking in a mall parking lot, and I didn't know where we were. It was like I just wasn't thinking. I was just so fucking horny, and I literally just came or whatever, and he's like, we're getting like a little like, and he looks up and he's on top. Excuse me, on top, and he looks up. He's like, "Fuck, there's a cop." I'm fucking naked.
I have a cop story. Okay.
He has his fucking pants down. The cop knocks on the fucking window. This motherfucker, the guy I was having sex with, opens the door with his pants down. And the cop goes, sir, can you please pull your pants up? He had his fucking dick out while the cop was fucking knocking on the door. So he's like, please pull up your fucking pants, whatever. Get out of the car. I'm like, what? Oh, this motherfucker, man.
Why would you do that? At least pull your pants. No, not like that, but pretty much I was with an ex-girlfriend at the time, and we were at this park, and you know how they have the rules where the park closes at a certain time. But I didn't think cops were going to come there and whatnot.
Right.
Mind you, though, that's actually a hot spot because that's where people either sell drugs or smoke weed there and whatnot. I didn't know that at the time. So me and my ex, we right there, we went in the back seat. So, we ain't had sex. We were just making out, feeling each other and whatnot. So our clothes were still somewhat on, but I'm still like playing with her down there. all of a sudden, like through the fogginess of the windows, I see a white light and flashing red and blue lights. I said, "Yep, this is where I went to jail." But he was just like, the park closed at a certain time, like, go get a room or something like that. But listen, hotels rooms were expensive. But all I'm saying is, people, that there are sex motels in Miami where you don't even feel like you're in a trashy motel. They actually make it seem like a love scene, but that's another story for later. But
cool.
yeah. If I had the money, I would go in different states and just offer to open like hourly hotels. Like, hey, you need a place to fuck? Okay, you can have this room for 3 hours for $38 plus tax. We have over here like different soda machines, sex stuff, and whatnot. And let me tell you, so when you go into the room, right? So you walk up these stairs because they have a garage too. So you park in the garage, you walk up the stairs. Everything is mirrored from where the TV is to the ceiling to the back of the bed. Everything is mirrored. They do have the little dimmers for the lights, and it's red lights too. But they also have a switch, and it's weird to me, but it's like a disco ball type of thing, pretty much type of lights. But my favorite part is the shower, because if you look to your left or right, depending where you are, if you look to your left, you can actually somewhat see your partner showering as well. And they have correct me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, a bidet?
A bidet.
A bidet. Yeah, they have a bidet.
Hell yeah, that's awesome for cleaning up after sex.
Yeah, no, it is.
For us, at least.
And then you have the room for 3 hours. And just look up, anytime y'all in Miami, look up Miami Executive Hotels, or for my friends in Miami and Broward and West Palm Beach. If you guys need a place to fuck and you don't mind driving to Dade County, just look at Miami Executive Hotels for between $38 and $98, depending what room you get. You can have a good time for 3 hours, and if you want more time, all of this is like $10 to $20.
Bro, I might take the rental car when I go down there for my sister's wedding and go check that out.
Yeah, one of my ex-girlfriends actually put me on because she didn't live in her efficiency home at the time. So, I ain't gonna hold you. I enjoy car sex, but the way my back is developing right now, like I need a mattress or something.
It's good, but it's like it's better when you have somewhere to lay down that's not cramped.
Exactly. So
in a Charlie horse, pretty quickly.
Exactly. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And I forgot what else we was gonna talk about. But yeah.
We're talking about crazy sex stories. Have you ever been to the Sex Museum? Probably not. You've never been to New York City, have you?
No. I never been to the Sex Museum. So go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
So what I will say is, I will never forget, I was in Tampa and I went to this place. I can't remember the name of it now, but I'll probably look it up and text you the name of it. But so it's a sex store, right? But it's it's a building, right? But you wouldn't think it's like your typical sex store. So on the left side of it, it's like a pool table. People could play pool and whatnot. In the middle of it is where, they sell sex toys, movies, and whatnot. In the back, they have rooms to where you can watch videos and masturbate to, but they also have glory hole rooms in the back there as well.
Oh, shit.
If you don't know what a glory hole is, go to Urban Dictionary. Go to Urban Dictionary if you don't know what glory holes is. But anyway, so that's that room over there. And then you go around and there's another room where they have one private room, and then they have another section that's like rooms to go to for glory holes, right? And then you go to the main thing. So they have this big space wall right here, a bunch of chairs, and they play porn through the projector, right? Now, porn. Yeah, exactly. So, you have people in the seats, they talking with someone, they having fun, whatever type shit. But the best part was they have a room right next to where they project the movie where you can watch people have sex live. People will go in that room. They have the options of closing the curtain or keeping the curtain open, and they will have sex right in there. I was just like,
that reminds me, there's this place in Canada that I really want to go to. And it is basically like an orgy. Like, it literally is a bar. You can drink there. There's like red tape lines you can't cross. If they allow you to cross, you can. Everybody's fucking. You walk around naked. There's pools. There's pool tables and so it's like literally like a bar, but then there's separate rooms where everybody is fucking around you. You don't have to fuck. There's alcohol you could smoke. stuff like that. I
Where is
really
this
want to
again?
go. Canada.
Where in Canada? Because I'll be very close to Canada. Please say Toronto. Please say Toronto.
I think it's up by Toronto.
That road trip. I'm out.
You said road trip.
I'm out. I'm out there.
Roadhead.
Right.
For me. So I wanted to go there. I think it's like 4 hours away from me. About 4 hours away from me, and I wanted to go there as like a group, but I'm just nervous. Like, it's just like, how do you put yourself in that predicament where everyone's fucking around you? You know what I mean? Like, and I worry about testing. Like, if you are gonna join, like,
I get you. So let's just say I'm deep in a certain world, right? And I've seen flyers for, sex parties, orgies, all that. And one of the main things is now you can go there, test it. Like some of them be like, oh, you need to have your test results on you.
That's true.
But there are some that are that organized because they care about STDs and whatnot. And then there are some where they'll do the STD check on the spot, like right there. Now, I don't know how quick the method is. I know they have a rapid test for HIV. I know that and whatnot, but I don't know about all the rapid tests for the other stuff. But there are I shouldn't say organizations, but there are functions out there for that specific thing. And for me, like I said, I've always wanted to go to like, places where, they do that sort of stuff. So for me, I would always, at least 3-4 days, maybe like a week before I go out, I go get tested. I go to this clinic in Broward County. And if I go early enough, it's same day test results for like, the basic everything.
Yeah, chlamydia, gonorrhea, and trick.
Exactly. So I made sure to have those results on me. And if I go on that trip, I'll be like, hey, I got my results on me. Which, by the way, since we're on this topic, my fellas and my sisters, there is no shame in getting tested.
Yes.
There is no shame. There's no stigma.
Don't make the female do it only either.
That part. That part, you're on my side. That part. Don't make the female do it, fellas. Just go get tested. I promise you, when you are someone that has your test results on you, your attraction meter goes way up because now you're responsible and whatnot. Like you're actually being responsible out here and whatnot. And it's one of those things where, like I said, there's no shame in doing it, right? Like, don't be like, oh, well, I ain't got no symptoms. Like, I'm good. Listen, there are symptoms out there that are asymptomatic, bitch.
Asymptomatic, no symptoms.
Asymptomatic. You know what that means? That means you may not have no symptoms, but you still have it there. So that's why it's important. If you have a high, even if you have like a low, like sex life, or anything like that, still go get tested.
Yep.
Because you never know.
Been with one person, go get tested. There's things that just get transferred through saliva, and that happens. And when you are tested, that deepens the connection. And we can talk about deepening the connection with like emotional intimacy. When someone actually cares enough about you to fucking go get tested and about them fucking selves to go get tested, it means a lot to at least me, because having like that scare is just not okay. No. I do not want to be scared about catching something.
Yeah.
And so that just deepens it for me.
Nah, I feel you. Listen,
literally.
Listen, my fellas, you know what? I'll tell a personal story, right? Because I'll never forget how I got into testing. I found out the hard way, fellas. So basically,
listen up.
So basically, I was having sex with this chick, and I was wilding. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was really wilding in my younger days. And all of a sudden, I felt a certain irritation in my penis, and I was just like, oh, it's probably from, I probably fucked a little rough or anything like that. Well, it wasn't until I was masturbating and I realized, oh, sorry, to bring context, I'm uncircumcised. So for those fellas you uncircumcised, you might be able to relate. So I was masturbating, typical day, but I realized that because my shit can roll all the way back, but I realized my shit wasn't rolling all the way back, and it was getting more painful with the more I was stroking it. And then I went to go pee and my piss was burning. I said, oh no. I was like, dun, 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 type shit. So I went to the emergency room pretty much. I was under my mama health insurance at the time. I went to the emergency room, got tested and whatnot. And the doctor was just like, hey, I'm just letting you know that you got tested positive for chlamydia. So we're gonna just give you this shot, or no, they gave me some pills to take and whatever. And because I'm uncircumcised, I developed this thing called Balantis, which is a form of a yeast infection for men.
It's like bacterial. For you females who know bacterial vaginosis is, Balantis is basically the male version of bacterial vaginosis.
Exactly. So, he gave me a cream, and then he gave me like a lot of like, different recommendations and whatnot too. But ever since then, I just been getting tested. You can't tell me shit. Ever since then, it takes one scare. But what I'm trying to emphasize is don't wait until you have a scare to go get tested. Yo,
that's one scare could be something that's permanent.
Like, trust me.
You will hate yourself because you feel like you didn't take the precautions to do it.
When y'all listen to this, just know that I care for everybody in the world, and that's why I emphasize on getting tested, because it is very, very important. Another thing I want to talk about, fellas, let me talk to my fellas real quick, all right? Let me tell y'all something. Even if it's just a hookup, even if it's just a one-night stand, y'all gonna need that aftercare, all right? Let me tell you. That aftercare,
my favorite.
You have to be the most absolute dickhead to not want aftercare, all right? I'll be seeing these TikTok videos and YouTube videos about girls saying, like, they hook up with a dude and dude just goes straight to video games and whatnot and all that good stuff, and you have the girl just sitting there and whatnot. Fellas, listen, that girl right there, like, granted, like, sex is for everybody. Let's start with that. But because of the way we grew up, sex is it was installed in us that it is okay for men to have a bunch of sex, but if a woman has a bunch of sex, she should be shamed. It should be like the scarlet letter, like she has an A on her chest for adultery or whatever. So she's going through her mind like, damn, I really hooked up with this dude and he really don't give a fuck about me. Like, and she's right there trying not to cry in front of you because she doesn't want to be an inconvenience to you and your vibe, because she actually wants to fucking see you again. So she's trying not to be in her head, while at the same time, you just there playing, bro, just cuddle with her, communicate with her, feedback. Because here's the thing, you in your head might think like, oh yeah, I did that shit. Whole time she ain't even nut.
Literally what he just fucking said. I'm telling you right now.
Whole time she did not finish.
And females, please don't lie. I will say, don't lie about that you came or not. Do not fill his ego in any type of way possible.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because I am getting tired of getting these text messages at 10 p.m. between the hours of 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. All right, I am trying to sleep. I'm actually trying to regulate my sleeping schedule.
Bitch, I'm trying to sleep.
Right?
I get no sleep because of y'all.
Y'all gotta sleep because of me. Like, ladies, please be honest with these men. And listen, ladies, I get it. There are some men out here that cannot take constructive criticism. So if you have to wait until you're out of that scenario and whatnot, till you're not in his like field of vision, like you gotta text message him or call him or whatnot, please let him know. Let these motherfuckers know, all right? Because there are motherfuckers out here who saying like, "Oh yeah, I'm an alpha, like I can make any girl." And the whole time, like, homegirl got the vibrator on charge, my guy. she's been confident. You know what she did? She leaving your house. She about to go get food. She's sexually frustrated as she's getting the food, and God forbid that person at the fast food speaker, God forbid they say her order wrong. She's about to flip a bitch. And then by the time she get home, she eat. Now, mind you, she eating on the way because all she wants to do is nut and go to sleep because she already mad at this point. Once she gets that nut and she goes to sleep, you ain't this shit, bro. You ain't this shit. If she goes home mad, you ain't do shit.
Literally, you should fuck the mad out of her.
Right.
Honestly, leave a vibrator in your car if you plan on having hookups that you're gonna lie about. Because honestly, or use a vibrator in the bedroom. I don't like a lot of people are like, oh, like you can't use sex toys with me. Like it like takes away like from my work. No, it actually adds to it. And some females can't orgasm without a vibrator. So.
Right. Because you have some females that orgasm through clitoral stimulation, and you have some females that can orgasm through penetration stimulation. And my thing with sex toys, I'm just like, hey, yo, I was telling my partner, I'm just like, hey, if you got sex toys, yo, bring that shit. Let's have fun. Like we just have fun. And whatnot, because it's a marathon, not a race. You feel me? And it's one of those things because I'm a giver. I'm a big giver. And some people call me a pleasure dom. Some people call me a male unicorn, whatever type shit. I'm a huge giver. I'm going to make sure you satisfied before me type shit. Because at the end of the day, for most men, it takes them about from 0 to maybe like 10, 15 minutes and they orgasm, they ejaculate, whatever. Yeah. For women, however, you have to be patient with women when it comes to making them orgasm. Yes. Because when it comes to sex with them, unlike us guys, sex is kind of like an up here thing for them and whatnot. So, fellas,
he said.
Okay, fellas, let me put this in perspective, right? You know, when you just driving home from work and you not playing music and you just thinking about like work, you thinking about bills, you think about all that stuff. But when you have sex, you just thinking about the pleasure. It's the same way for women, but in reverse. When women have sex, they go through their head. So you have to find some way to distract them from whatever the fuck they're thinking about to being in the moment right there.
Absolutely. There'll be a time where I'm getting eaten out and I'm like, I'm hungry. I got to do this. I got to make sure I do this. Oh my God, I'm supposed to pay this bill. But when it's good head, I'm like, I don't even know what to think right now. I have no
right.
thought,
Exactly. Exactly. That's why. Here's the thing, right? People say I bring simp energy. Some people say I bring daddy energy. Whatever.
Simp,
whatever. But here, let me tell you something. All right. If homegirl tells me that she ain't ate, but I know she coming to hook up with me, and I know I got the money, baby girl, hey, eat before you get here. And if she doesn't eat before we get here, she comes here, she's like, damn, I'm like hungry and whatever. If she wants to thug it out, that's on her. If she wants to thug it out, but baby, we can eat. I mean, I'm probably not going to eat because I'm too excited and I probably ate before you. I ain't going to hold you. But feed her. Either feed her before, during, or after. And put a little gas in her car. If she drives with you, put a little gas in her car. You know,
yes. if it's a hookup, oh my God.
You know how expensive gas is? Like put a little $10 in her car. Like, listen, like I said, if you got it, because I understand if you ain't got it. Listen, I've been there. True. Listen, I've been there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, exactly. Like I've been there. Like I had to wait until payday to do X, Y, and Z. But you know, if you got it, like whatever. Now, don't let her take advantage of you. Don't make her think like this is an expectation. Of course, that's another topic for later. Don't let her think that this is an expectation that's going to happen all the time. But you know, let her know that she's more than just objectified pussy. Let her know that she is a human being. Like, hey, you have gas in your car to make it home.
What
like,
about when you're going on busting missions here? How long have you driven? Woo! How long have you driven for sex,
Marco? Natalie, let me tell you something. The shortest I ever drove was probably an hour and a half.
The longest?
I want to say, I think 13 to 14 hours. Mm-hmm. Let me put it in perspective. I wish there was a way I could put a map on here, but let me put it in perspective.
I actually, me too. I've done that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So let me tell you. So how did it happen? Okay, so I was talking with this girl, right? Funny enough, we actually met through TikTok, and I was telling her what was I doing that made me drive there, because. Granted, I can just drive up there for whatever type shit, right? But there was a reason why I was driving up there, so I'm trying to remember. But anyways, let's just say me and her was talking, and I was like, yeah, I'll come up. She lived in Alabama, but because how Alabama and Florida are so close, I said, oh, we can meet in Pensacola, Florida, right? So we met in Pensacola, Florida. We went on a date, and she brought her friend, and which is fine. Listen, fellas, listen. If she wants to bring her friend, just trust me, just let it happen.
For comfort.
It's for comfort. Now, here's the thing, fellas. You do not, and let me say this, you do not have to pay for her friend's food. But if you want to, because you
do not offer for a threesome either.
That part. But if you want to, like, hey, if you want to pay for food, and that's what I did. I paid for her food, I paid for her friend's food and whatnot, right? That's nice. Now, was I expecting like a hookup or anything? I ain't gonna hold you. There was like 45-50% of me that was expecting a hookup, but I already had in my mind, like, hey, if it don't happen, it don't happen. And fellas, sometimes you just got to take that L, bro, because here's the thing. Not everybody is going to want to have sex with you off rip. There might be something not something about you, but it might be something about them. They're just like, I don't know if I can do this and whatnot. And sometimes you have to take that L. Like, yes, it's frustrating because it's like, fuck, you just drove or you took a flight, you spent that bread and whatnot. But when it comes to that, and also too, let me talk about if you're gonna offer a girl to take her on vacation with you and whatnot, then make sure I phrase this right. You have to keep in the back of your mind, she does not want to have sex with you, because it will happen. All right. I have seen countless videos and whatnot where you have these dudes that take these girls to either the Bahamas or Italy, Dominican Republic, all that shit, right? And they don't have sex with them and whatnot. Now, mind you, again, consent is everything.
Yes.
But and fellas, I get it. It is okay for you to feel mad at that moment and whatnot, but don't be extra trying to like expose, like, you want to expose her afterwards. Wait till you get home. At least make sure she gets home safe. You have some dudes out here that's just like, oh, if the female don't offer sex or whatever, they'll literally cancel their flight and leave them stuck there. I'm just like, no. I can't do that.
Fucked up. That's fucked up, bro.
That's fucked. I'm just like, no, you can't leave someone on a strange island just because they don't want to fuck or anything like that whatsoever. At least make sure every party gets home. And listen, even if you disagree with me, even if you think that I'm like, oh, like I'll get taken advantage of, whatever. Because I'm gonna lie, yes, I have been taken advantage of. But one thing about me, whoever I came with, I'm gonna make sure they get home and we get home at the same time. I don't care if we go into a club. I go to a club with like 3 female friends and 2 guy friends. However we got there, it's the same way we gonna get back home. I don't care if I gotta be
responsibility.
I don't care if I have to be the DD or the DDD. All right, we gonna make it home on God
with the D.
Exactly. Yeah, around them. But
I'm gonna drive. You're fucking me. I'm just kidding. See, that's what we don't want.
That's what we don't want. But going back to it, right? So we didn't have sex because she basically, just to say, I don't want to put her situation out there, but she had a situation going on, not with like an ex or anything like that, but she had like a personal situation going on. But I felt bad, and this is why I felt bad, because I went back to my hotel room and it was storming. It wasn't like a typical rain. It was storming. And she's driving like to Alabama. I think it was like an hour drive from where I was. And I was just like, oh, y'all could have just stayed with me. I would have been comfortable and whatnot. But I didn't think about it at the time. You feel me? Because I didn't know it was going to storm. I don't check the fucking weather every day. I didn't know it was going to storm. So me and her texted. Not your responsibility. So me and her texted, right? And the next day, I said, fuck it. So I went to Alabama. I was chilling with her. She showed me her spots. We were eating her car. She took me to this lake, and we were just straight vibing, right? Mind you, we just having like an adventure. Now, here's the thing, right? And it's probably different for females and males, because I'm gonna tell you the story. I'm gonna tell you straight up. There was a time where part of me was getting tired, and I'm just like, bro, are we going to fuck or not? Because it's just like in my head, I'm thinking like, damn, I gotta drive all the way. I gotta drive all the way back. So I need to know if I need to shift my sexual energy to masturbating tonight.
Yeah.
Or are we doing this and whatnot? So it was the end of the night, and she goes, what time are you leaving in the morning? I said, I don't know, probably like early. She goes, I'll come over and we can like actually do this. It's just I didn't want to do it tonight because of blase, whatever. And I said, cool, I respected it. I ain't gonna hold you though. I did beat my meat that night, but I went to go get a sex pill just in case. But anyway, so I got me a sex pill. So she came over. We had sex. Now the sex, it was good, but she had her own boundaries, because there are certain actions where I have no problem doing, but to her, it's too intimate, because once you do that, in her head, you're in a relationship. She was one of those.
Oh, like what?
So basically, okay, so I ain't gonna hold you. She did not want me to give her head, because she said that's intimate for her, and if the head is good, she's gonna fall for me. She did not want me to kiss her. She wanted to be like the typical male, just get hard and just fuck her. That's just it. She didn't want necessarily any type of foreplay or anything like that.
True.
She didn't want me to like undress her and whatnot. With like the things that are my favorite things to do, she was just like, nah. I need you just to be whatever. And I can't be no thug out here. I'm sorry. I'm a lover boy when it comes to the bedroom. I'm a lover boy. Like, like I want to like strip you down. I want to massage your feet. I want to give you back rubs and shit like that. And then we can do all the other extracurricular activities. But
I see her point of view 100% because there are chemicals released in certain actions during sex, like, you know, oxytocin, that cuddle hormone or whatever. And when that's released in extensive amounts, like kissing and cuddling and especially like when you're getting head and it's good and you like feel cuddled, like you don't want them to leave. She didn't want to get attached to you.
Exactly. And that's the end of that story though. But to bring it on to back full circle to boundaries, that's why I have to make boundaries for myself, because I have been in certain situations where my mannerisms, the way I'm a gentleman, the way I present myself and whatnot, it has led to basically people who got attached to me when I'm not an attachable person. You feel me? Listen, because of my job, I'm always moving. I'm always moving. I'm either deployed or I'm always moving. All right. So it's one of those things where I have to set boundaries in myself, which is why I talk to my partners, because it's just like, hey, I need to know, like, because it took me a long time to realize, because I like kissing. I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I do enjoy kissing.
Me too.
But for some people, it's actually very intimate, and that's why they don't want to kiss.
So, I know somebody who doesn't like saliva.
Oh, there's people like that too.
Yeah.
There are people that hate
me. I'm like, wow.
They hate bodily fluids, and they're so disgusted by that. And I'm just like, bro, like,
I love it.
Right. I'm just like,
sex is messy, it's sticky and hot and cold.
Why you think every time I get a hotel room, I get 2 beds? I don't care how much it is. I get 2 beds. One for the nasty, one for sleeping, bitch. Don't try me.
I love that idea.
Because here's the thing. That bed is going to get cleaned up at some point. And sometimes I wish housekeepers, like, they have like a scan code where we can tip them or something like that, which I really hope they tip it. Listen, if you get in a hotel room for Valentine's Day and you know you about to be messy, leave a little $5, $10 tip on the table, bro.
Fun fact, rather. I used to work at a hotel. When you're at a hotel, do not use the comforter. Throw that comforter off. We do not change that.
Yep.
Yeah. Put a towel over your pillowcase. Do not touch the ice bucket. Majority of the time, we do not put that through the dishwasher. Also, the cups that are sitting there, okay? I hope I don't get in trouble for this. The cups that are sitting there, if they weren't touched, to our knowledge, we do not change them out.
Even if they're in the plastic? I don't know. I feel safe with the plastic. I ain't gonna hold you. I feel safe with the plastic. That's why I was just like, all right.
Sometimes there are certain rooms, like there was like a chairman's suite and stuff like that. There is like certain things that are in there. I can't remember. I don't want to blow the whole fucking place up, but there are certain things that you should not use. And 100% the comforter.
Yeah.
We do not change that.
No, funny enough, I saw a video. I'm pretty sure you've seen it too, where like they do the little test through the mirror and whatnot.
Yeah.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Granted, for females, listen, if that's the case, don't be in that room, whatever. But for motherfuckers like me, I don't give a fuck. If you want to see me beat my meat, I'm gonna beat my meat. I don't give a fuck.
Kind of like you want that place you told me about where you used to close the curtain, open the curtain.
Exactly. If they want a show, they can have a show. I promise you.
Oh my God.
But going back to it, but yeah, that's why like I like to communicate, but I like to communicate like, hey, this is how I am. This is what I like to do and whatnot. Come talk to me and tell me like, what are some of your yeses? What are some of your nos? Because number one, I don't want to, someone who has attachment issues. I mean, especially for me, how you called me out that one day, someone who has attachment issues, I don't want them to get attached to me because I'm not permanent and whatnot. I mean, I might get in trouble for this, but I'm not permanent. You feel me? Like, I will try to make it work because I ain't gonna hold you. Like, granted, I know I belong to the streets. I ain't gonna hold you. But at some point,
lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets.
right. But at some point, I want to get off the streets. I want to be in a house with someone and whatnot. I want to settle down. But the way my job works, okay, so I know I use my job as 80% my excuse, but I really do think, and how you said, I may have abandonment issues and whatnot. And when it comes to my partners, it's just like I set boundaries because the main thing that I've caught myself doing over the years, and I'm trying to do better by it, is I don't want to create a vibe that I cannot maintain. My issues with myself is the consistency. I will be so honest. I realized that in my past relationships.
Great self-awareness.
Right. I realize, and my ex said I have low emotional intelligence. But listen, I learned, bitch. But anyways, I love you though. I love you though. She know who she is, and she does listen to this. But anyways,
you should send it to her.
Oh my god. She has me blocked. I ain't gonna hold you.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll talk about that story maybe another time. But anyway, so but yeah, I realized that I'm inconsistent, and not because sometimes, and this might be for some men as well, in my head, granted, I'm focusing on you, but I'm focusing on like, damn, I need to make money. Damn, I need to better myself. Damn, I need to tone up a little bit. I need to eat better. Like, there's so much thoughts going through my head that not intentionally, but I sometimes push my partner to the side in my past relationships. Just at the same time, I'm trying to focus on my partner, but at the same time, I'm trying to focus on me. And growing up from when I was a young age in my past relationships, that was always the thing. I would be like, oh, I'll be sweet and gentleman-like and whatnot in the beginning. But then it always seems like every time I hit a year in my relationships, that's where things start going down.
So you essentially love bomb and breadcrumb every person you're with.
And I try not to. I'll admit that. I did not know what love bombing is. I thought I was just being myself. I thought I was just being nice. Yeah. That's all it is. And then when someone said love bomb, like I think I saw it from a TikTok video, I was just like, oh no. I was just like, oh no. I didn't know I was
probably what your ex is telling everybody.
Probably. And I didn't know I was doing that at the time. You feel me? Because it was just like, okay, little background about me for those who don't know. I lived in a house full of women. It was my mom and my two older sisters who were born in the 80s. Okay. And then there was me. Yes, my dad. Okay. For those, and because it's Black History Month, right? But my dad was actually in my life.
You didn't go get the milk, you're saying?
No. He didn't go get the milk. All right. I mean, he didn't go get the milk, but I saw him every weekend. So he actually taught me some stuff too. He actually taught me how to be a proper gentleman and whatnot too. But my mama and my sisters would put me on game directly and indirectly. Because I saw my sister's boyfriends, bro. And trust me, I was taking notes.
All right. So that's where you're getting all your little riz from, huh?
Exactly. So I was taking notes. But I didn't realize that I was love bombing or anything like that. Because something about me is I like to give people an experience they never had before or they haven't had in a long time. Now, here's the thing. When it came to love bombing, I thought it was just like, oh, we've been dating for 3 months. Now I want to marry you. See, that's what I thought what love bombing was when I first found out about it. You feel me? Because I'm not the type to be like to say, actually, hold on, let me make sure I phrase this right. Like, if we are in a serious relationship, but we just started, I'm not going to say I love you after like 3 months or anything like that. I want to wait at least maybe past the 6-month mark and more before I start saying that. Now, when it comes to actual sex, even though it's just a hookup, I ain't going to hold you. I do have a I love you kink where, for those of you who don't know, I like to hear the words I love you during sex. Like whether I'm pounding in your guts or I'm sucking out your soul. I just want to hear it. It don't have to have
me accidentally saying it too sometimes. Oh God.
Right. No, there's been times I accidentally say it. I ain't gonna hold you. But for that, it's like I tell people and I tell myself, you have to be careful because there are some people who takes that and they be like, oh nah, this motherfucker falling for me. I gotta fall back. And there's some people who actually takes that so serious, and you're just like, no. It's just a kink. I just like hearing the words. There's no emotional attachment to it and whatnot. So, but that's the sex part. But relationship wise, I don't like to say I love you until maybe like after the 6 month, 7 month mark and whatnot, because those first 3 months. And I hate to say this, I hate the honeymoon phase. I'm sorry. I enjoy it, but I hate it at the same time. Let me tell you why.
I love it.
And let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Because it's like the honeymoon phase for me, it's after like that 3rd month, now it sets an expectation and whatnot pretty much. And here's the thing. That expectation is going to be the anchor, because a year or a year and a half down the line, it's going to come back where your partner be like, oh, I remember when you used to do this for me and whatnot, and now you don't do it no more.
Don't think like that.
I mean, I get it, but
you still have to continue flirting with your partner. You still have to do the kind gestures. It just doesn't happen as much. And if you stop doing that, then that's on you.
No, I get you. Here's the thing. I don't want to stop doing that because in my head, I already have listen, fellas, let me put you on game real quick. Ignore my notifications and the fact that I have myself as my screen. All right.
Me too.
Bro, people think that I'm narcissistic for that. I'm just like, no, if my phone gets stolen, at least I can prove automatically that it's me. They're just like, oh, just show your face so it can unlock your phone. And what I was like, no, why not just show myself a picture so they know it's my motherfucking phone? Anyways, that's beside the point. Anyway, so listen. I will set reminders, all right? Like, I'm a numbers person. I used to have a great memory. Used to. Now my memory has been and whatnot. So sometimes I have to set dates. Like some people's birthdays, like if I actually care for you, but for some reason your birthday falls in a month where I don't really have birthdays, I'm gonna save your birthday on your phone. Or sometimes if I'm texting you,
hell yeah.
Or sometimes if I'm texting you and the vibe is good, I'll save your birthday in notes. And sometimes if I'm really, really feeling you, for those of you who have iPhones, you know what I'm talking about. You go in your contacts, there's a section called notes, and you make notes about them.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Nothing stalkerish or anything like that. You just want to know, like, oh, this is
I'm the same way.
This is their shoe size. This is their favorite color. This is their favorite meal and whatnot. So you can look back at it when you go to Wendy's or something. You order food. You be like, yeah, let me get this, and that. That's just it.
Yes, I do the same thing. I literally put the people's in things in people's note section. I think that like brings us back to like actually like fully like caring, like and fully like having like a sense of like that's an act of intimacy. Like actually caring like their fucking order or maybe not shoe size, but like they're just like the simplest things really really do matter, especially. You know, when it comes to outside of that honeymoon phase,
right?
For sure,
right, exactly. Because here's the thing: one of my love languages is spoiling. I love to spoil. If you're in a relationship with me, I'm gonna always want to spoil you. I'm gonna always want to give you. I'm gonna be like, hey, baby girl, I know I just got paid. I know you got a job too, but here's an extra $120, $150. Like, hey, just go do what you want or whatever. If she wants to save it so we can build a better future, that's fine. But that's her money that I'm giving her. And whatnot. That's about it. That may fall to a form of intimacy of me. Some people might be like, oh nah, like is she working? She got her own money, blah, blah, blah. I was like, listen, that's my girl. I'm sorry. That's my girl. I'm gonna do what it takes to make her stay because as someone pointed out, I have abandonment issues. So sometimes my abandonment issues kick in and I'm gonna do what it takes for her to stay there. All right. And here's the thing. I'm trying not to be so traditional when it comes to dates. Like, when I go on a date with somebody, I'm just like, oh, I'll take you out for dinner. I want you to wear a dress. I know exactly where to take them and whatnot. But sometimes I want to do some adventures. Like, you know, let's
like activities.
Yeah, like let's go to an arcade or, you know, let's go to a karaoke. I love karaoke. And they'd be like, oh, I can't sing. I'm like, baby girl, listen, you watch the drinks. I'll go entertain and we're going to call it a day. Like, I like adventures like that too. I do like adventures. I hate bowling though.
Why?
I suck at it and it takes too long.
And that awkward walk back is just weird.
Yeah, especially if it's just the two of you. It's just
so weird.
I hate I'd rather go go-kart racing because at least if I lose, I can still drive and I love driving, as you can tell. But
you're busting missions.
Listen.
But I have to stop you. if we continue going, the episode will not.
Oh
upload.
shit! we gotta do a part 2. We gotta do.
Yeah.
Oh god! Oh wow! Sorry! Wow! You see, this would have happened when you drink wine with me, y'all. Look where we at now. Oh god! Wow! This was fun. We should definitely make a part 2.
I always bring people. Love to bring people back on. I just brought my friend Evan back on as well, and it was like months later, so we'll have a lot of things to talk about. I hate cutting people off. I really do.
Right. No, but real quick though.
Yeah, go ahead.
For the people, because I'm gonna post this on, whenever you upload it, I'm gonna post it on my social media and whatnot. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Natalie Malloy. All right, she has 2 bachelor's degrees. What you have your bachelor's degree in?
Psychology and communications.
Exactly, and she is striving to be a what now?
A sex therapist.
Exactly. So she wants to be out here and help people. All right. So for those listening, listen to her podcast. And watch the YouTube videos, because sometimes the YouTube videos be as funny too. Like sometimes it does. Like if you're watching the YouTube video right now, oh, we lit on this side. But yes, let's give a round of applause for Natalie Malloy. This is her show. This is her talk show. All right, and she's gonna make it big out here, ladies and gentlemen. I promise you, she's gonna be on shit. If Ellen's still alive, she's gonna be on Ellen. She might be on Oprah.
I hope I'm on Ellen. I really do. Thank you so much for that. You really boosted me. I appreciate you. I want to let everyone know, kind of on a note, I know it's Valentine's Day, and I know a lot of people hate this fucking holiday. It's a Hallmark holiday. I just want to say happy Valentine's Day to everyone that is, spending this day like it's a normal day. Maybe someone who can't get out of a toxic relationship. Maybe someone who just is entering the single world. Maybe someone who is with someone who just doesn't deserve them or treat them the right way. Maybe she or he isn't appreciated properly. Just happy Valentine's Day to you. And happy Single Awareness Day is tomorrow as well. And whether you are chasing the bone or moaning alone, remember to communicate. Say bye, Marcus.
Bye.